Greetings. Hey, hello. Welcome. We are officially now in a new location, and I wanted to come on and just share a couple of things with you and see. I queried on Instagram earlier. Um, I've got some potentially um, big news, but I got to wait on that to just see, just to make sure that what I'm talking about is going to unfold the way it should. But included with that was the idea, and I talk a little bit about it on my blog this morning. I had someone inquire about the Studio Q show, and they've been watching it, and I get these emails once in a while, and they're great to get, and it kind of puts me in a state of wondering if I should start these Studio Q shows again. And here's the caveat, and I'm happy to do something along those lines. I'm not sure that it would just be solely focused on the technical, although we could definitely work that, take questions, just like the 200 videos or plus that I've done in the past. Kind of open it up, let it come in, let the questions come in, let the comments, the email, live chat, whatever you want to do, kind of run the technical stuff. And I know people are mostly interested in that, and I get that, and it's fine and it's good. Hey, Jamie, good morning, good to see you. Thanks for coming in and checking it out here. Um, but the second part of that would be, if this kind of event that I'm talking about transpires and it comes to fruition, it would give me a lot of fodder to work with. And actually, I don't want to do videos that are just kind of, oh, I got to do a video and this and that. And I don't monetize this stuff. It has nothing to do with commercial stuff. It's just about trying to have a community of people that are interested in a process or ideas, conceptual, just art in general, basically, and then some ideas around the projects that I'm working on. And when I was in Colorado and we just moved here to New Mexico a few months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, um, I came on and I talked a lot about my project, what I was making, some of the work, and this would be similar in that. And again, I don't want to be so cryptic and esoteric about withholding this information, but if I continue where I'm going, and I've got about 3.5 years on this project now, and if I can formalize this, I'll be able to come on YouTube and share something valuable with the community and get feedback and do the technical stuff on the wet clothing process and all that kind of stuff. Um, so it might be valuable. That's what I'm asking in the valuable. That's a good word, right? Value. That's what I'm asking in the Instagram post this morning, or the blog post. Really, I just posted on Instagram. I don't do too much on Facebook. I really don't do anything on Facebook anymore. Really, I don't know. It seems like an Instagram. Occasionally. Well, I guess I do some Instagram. I try to find an outlet for my posts on my blog, so if people want to come and read the blog or interact or whatever, they know that I posted something. But regardless, that's what's been on my mind. And with this new development, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've been, just as a background, I've been working. Obviously, we moved, like I said, so that's consumed a lot of my time. But I've been putting myself back into this project, writing, reading, researching. I'm actually involved in a course right now. It's an evening course on a new book that just came out by a professor in Victoria, teaches at Victoria on Vancouver Island in Canada, British Columbia, off British Columbia there. And we meet every Tuesday night, and it's about his book, and it deals with these ideas and these theories that I've talked a lot about for over the years, about Becker and Solomon and all these guys. I do have another email into Sheldon Solomon. And again, if all this stuff works out, this might be really exciting. So if you have any interest, and if it's strictly technical and you want to come in, one of the things, let me back up here a second. one of the things that really intrigues me about some of the email I get, and I just got this email, a week ago or less, corresponding with this person, and they were lamenting the fact, and it's true, they were lamenting the fact that it's really very difficult to find communities, creative communities anymore. And the ones online, again, you've heard me rant a million times about, I have nothing against commercial stuff. If you want to go do pop-ups and this and that and whatever you want to, that's great. You make some money, you do portraits, whatever, that's fine. My interest goes beyond that for sure in the commercial thing. My interest goes into the idea of making work, creating work that's important to you, that's meaningful to you, that's significant to you, and how you approach that and how you complete a body of work. And I'm not saying that this is my longest project. It could be the longest project I've ever done, but I'm just so excited about what the potential of this project that I'm working on could do. I want other people to find projects and find work and ideas that they can work toward to make work that's significant, to make a body of work, to have, all the money and all the learning and everything like that kind of pay off in some kind of down the road um, event, exhibition, publication, whatever it might be. And here's the catch. So community is difficult to come by. Then you work in this kind of abstract or strange wet collodion process that adds another layer of complexity to it. So there's a whole bunch of technical stuff and a whole bunch of problem shooting. And that's all great and fine. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to use those tools to build something, right? You learn how to frame a house because hopefully you want to frame houses one day, right? That's the idea of this. So along that metaphor, you learn a photographic process or a painting technique or a certain instrument or a certain writing style, something like that. And you want to employ that, and you want to have something come from that. So you might not have the ideas right now, but that's the great thing about community, right? You can come into a place with like-minded people. It doesn't have to be 500 people on a YouTube video or a live stream or whatever. It could be 2 or 3, 4 or 5 people. That's in fact, sometimes that's better. But you want to be able to come in and share ideas, get feedback from people, chat with like-minded people. Those are really positive things. And that's one thing over the 20 plus years I've been in this process anyway that I've been doing. And before that, I was involved, creative people were readily accessible to me. But something's happened in the last few years, and I'm not really sure what it is. Could have been the pandemic, could have been, I don't know what it is, the frustration of the world, the death anxiety, maybe. So something's happened, and we're very atomized, we're very individualized, we're very, kind of cut off. So anyway, rambling on. If you're interested in doing something like this again, I would be up to having those conversations. Hey, Linda, it's good to see you too. I would really like these oh, there you go. That's what I was just talking about, Linda. I've had some email, and recently a person that really, was very convincing to consider this again. So, and it's not like, we don't have to go off on these wild philosophical, rants, but at the same time, it would be nice to incorporate, and that would be the goal of this, right? To incorporate, along with the technical and some new ideas, some news. If you go on my channel here and you just click on a random video somewhere, and you'll see the kind of the format of all the technical stuff. And then what I sprinkled in was the other stuff that I'm talking about. I kind of like to reverse that maybe, and come in and build a community, and let's talk about creativity and approaching art and what it means and some ideas for projects. And then let's sprinkle in the technical, like, follow up with, I want to achieve this, but I can't do this. And do you have any ideas about how to create images that look like this or feel like this, or, printing techniques, whatever you want to do. I mean, the technical are kind of the tools, those are the hammers and the saws and the the drills and, all that kind of stuff that you need to make what it is you're doing, and you need to know what you're making. So really important, really good. The potential, I know, is here because I've done it before, and had really good feedback, and privately even, and not necessarily publicly, but had really good feedback about what people got out of these little sessions. So would probably hold it to an hour like we did. Would probably do have some plans broken out, and kind of, as a small group. I surely, I would participate. I can, I'm happy to, host these and do that, all that kind of thing. But I would love to have a lot more participation in these ideas, and and if you do have technical questions, you can come in for that too. But that's the idea. That's what I wanted to throw out there. And if you feel like, like Linda just said, I would really like to see these come back. I enjoyed them, blah, blah, blah. That's great. Just let me know, and I'll get a plan together. And I should know in the next few weeks, hopefully, if this big thing that I'm looking at comes through. And some of you might say, "Oh my God, this guy is crazy." I probably am, but you know what? We just got here to Las Cruces. Like I said, we've only been here a few months, and we're still, getting the house squared up. We, garage full of boxes, all that kind of stuff. But in the interim, I'm looking down the road and saying, hey, how do I want to feel my time? How do I want to pursue these ideas in this project? How do I want to do this other thing that I might be doing? And how do I incorporate it all? And can I include a community, or can I have some of the people in especially the wet collodion community, come in and have some really good discussions, have some really good, heartfelt, creative, driven kind of, conversations. These are I was just talking to my wife the other day, and I said, look, we were invited to a little party down the road here. A neighbor we met a few weeks ago, she invited us to a party, her and her husband. And we went. It was Saturday night, I guess. Yeah, today's Monday. It was Saturday night. We went, and we were hanging out, and nice people, great folks, all that kind of stuff. But we were talking about it. And here's the thing. And it's great to go socialize and do your community thing. That's wonderful, right? I mean, that's all good. But the problem is when you go into a group, and that was a large crowd. I was thinking, 8 or 10 people. There were 40 or 50 people there. It was too big. But anyway, when you go into a group of people like that, the problem with having conversations about things other than the weather, or how you took care of your yard last week, or whatever, just this superficial stuff. The problem is having any kind of conversation that are valuable. Now, I know it does happen. You can strike it up and hit it off with someone and share interests, and they find it intriguing and all that. But I was telling my wife, Jeannie, the other day, that education, and that's kind of what I'm talking about here, education, when you go to university, or you go to school, you go to whatever, trade school or whatever it is, you're coming together with a group of people that at least at the very minimum have some basic interest in what you're talking about, right? And that's the problem with going to a group of people that you don't know, or going to a party to a group of people you don't know. There's not a lot of shared interest there. So, it's hard to have anything super meaningful. And that's what these groups can do. You can gather people, like-minded people, come together, and at all levels, all different ideas, and come in and share ideas. And that's really motivating. And I see that, and I hear that a lot, that people are like, God, I love this process, but all I'm doing is I'm photographing flowers and, books and my tree in my backyard. They're struggling a lot with these creative ideas. And this is the biggest hurdle to get over. And I've talked a lot about this on previous videos, but this is something we could engage each other with, and share ideas, and kind of help one another, over, it could be entire project idea, or it could be one element within that project, or it could be a technical piece that you need to do, or all kinds of stuff, right? There's all kinds of conversations that you can have about this. So um, drop me an email, give me a note, put a comment in here. If you come and watch the video, in a week or 2 weeks, come and drop a comment in if you don't want to send me an email. If you want to send me an email, wetplate@gmail.com, or go to my website, studioq.com, and go to connect. You can do a little form there and send me an email, anything like that. And again, this is nothing to do with commercial stuff. There's no Patreon. There's no YouTube monetizing. There's none of that stuff. This is all about community coming together, sharing ideas about being a creative, making art, living life, dealing with issues, technical and otherwise. Linda, so what does Linda say here? I like the concept you had before with technical questions, tutorial, and some interesting conversations about it all, artsy stuff. Yeah, and that's kind of that's what I want to do here, Linda, is come back to this and have those conversations again with that kind of format. Basically, is what we want to do, and I just don't have. I don't know that I can do that much technical. Like I can't fill a whole hour with technical. So I would like to put it around and put it on some of you guys to come in with some ideas or things to share. Or the questions are always good, obviously, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right now, it's just a question. See how people respond. If I don't get, all I need is 4 or 5 people that say, "Hey, I want to come in and let's do this," and start that. And I prefer it, less than 10 people. I mean, it can be more if we want. If it is, it is. But I would love it to be smaller, more intimate, and we can share the information. Come in a room once a week and talk about being creative and what some of the drawbacks, some of the positive stuff, all that kind of stuff. So let me know. That's all I have. Life is good. I hope it's the same for you. I hope you're healthy and happy, and your projects are going well. All that kind of stuff. Drop me an email, send me a note, make a comment, let me know. We'll decide on this in the next little while, what we might do or not, and we'll go from there. So have a great day. Whenever you're watching this, all the best. And we'll talk soon. I'll look for your emails. Ciao.